Good morning, students. Today we will study the second chapter of Beehive, the sound of music, part second. In this chapter, we will study about the accomplishment of Ustad Bismillah Khan, how he had been the best Sahnai player, and how from his very beginning in his life he started to learn musical instruments. Now let's open all of your book and see paragraph number first. The sound of music part second, the Sehnai of Bismillah Khan. See the chapter and see first paragraph. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Shrill means loud. Shrill means loud. Students, when Aurangzeb was ruling, during that time, there was a type of musical instrument called pungi. This instrument produced shrill and unpleasant sound. While this type of instrument that was called pungi, when it was played, it produced very loud and unpleasant sound. So Aurangzeb, Emperor Aurangzeb, had banned to play this instrument. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noise makers. Generic name meaning a name given to a class or group as a whole. Generic name for reeded noise makers. Reeded means vibrated. Reeded means vibrated. This type of musical instrument was known as noise makers. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. Revived, improved. Revived means improved. Some persons were thinking that this type of instruments would be improved and the loud sound might be changed into sweet sound. A barber of a family of professional musicians. There was a barber whose family was professional musicians. In that family he was born, who had access to the royal palace. The family members were going to Aurangzeb's palace, decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. A barber of that family wanted to improve the tonal quality of that pungi, the sound of that pungi. As earlier pungi was producing loud and unpleasant sound, so this barber wanted to improve the sound of this musical instrument. Let's see what he had done. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi. He took a pipe that was hollow and it was broader and longer than that of pungi. So, what he had done further? Taking the pipe, when he played on it and made 7 holes on the body of that pipe. He took the pipe and he made 7 holes on it. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. Students, as the barber had improved the sound of pungi by taking a pipe and making 7 holes on it, while he was playing it by closing and opening the holes, this instrument was producing melodious sound, sweet sound, in place of shrill and unpleasant sound Now that instrument was producing sweet sound. He played the instruments before royalty and everyone was impressed. He brought this improved instrument to the court of Aurangzeb, and when he played there, everybody was impressed to listen to the sound of that instrument. The instrument so different from the pungi had to be given a new name. Then there was a question before everybody. What type of name? Which name should be given to that instrument? In place of pungi, which other name should be given to that instrument? It was the question. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Sas chambers and was played by a nai that is barber, the instrument was named the Sahanai. It is the story about the origin of the name of Sahanai, that as it was first played in the Sas chamber, Aurangzeb's chamber, and it was played by a nai means barber, so its name was given Sahanai. So in this way, students, in the first paragraph, you have studied that in the kingdom of Aurangzeb, when he was ruling, he banned playing Sahanai as it produced shrill and unpleasant sound, and people were thinking that after some days the sound of pungi could be changed, and later on a barber who improved this type of instrument pungi and made another instrument taking a pipe, making 7 holes on it, and while he was playing it by opening and closing the 7 holes, it produced melodious sound. And when he played in the Sas chamber, everybody was impressed, as everybody wanted to know what name should be given to that instrument, as it was played first of all in Sas chamber by a nai means barber, so the name was given to this instrument Sahanai. Let's see the second paragraph. The sound of the Sahanai began to be considered auspicious and promising to bring good future. Auspicious, inauspicious. People were thinking that the sound of Sahanai, playing of Sahanai, brings good future, good fortune, and for this reason it is still played in the temples and is an indispensable component of the North Indian wedding. Indispensable, that cannot be avoided, meaning given. For this reason, as people were thinking that Sahanai, playing Sahanai was considered auspicious, so it is played nowadays in the temples as well as North Indian wedding occasion. In the past, the Sahanai was part of the Naubat or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at Royal Court. It was also a part of Naubat. Naubat is a group of 9 musical instruments that were played in the court of king. It was also included in Naubat. Till recently, it was used only in temples and wedding. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah. And the credit to bring the Sahanai to classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. In this way, students, today you have studied how Ustad Bismillah Khan was a person who had got the credit to bring the instruments onto the classical stage. But how, this I will teach you in next video. Thank you.